everyone. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the third update, which is the second to last video in this series for my roulette pan collab project pan. This is a collaborative roulette style project pan where we have a list of 100 product prompts and you randomize 6 categories in order to roll for products from your makeup collection or beauty collection just in general. So this project pan is a collaboration that my friend Alexi and I started forever ago. We're currently on the 9th round of this project and it is so much fun yet again. I absolutely adore doing this project because it is a community-based project, so there's tons of other people collaborating on this project. Please go check out the playlist, which I'll have linked down in the description box and in the end card of today's video. Please go check out the hashtag #RoulettePanCollab over on Instagram. And we do have a Panning Club Discord. All of that information will be down in the description box of today's video. I love the collaboration aspect of this project pan and this community just in general. The panning community is honestly so awesome. It's so great. And my friend Alexi, I will have her link down in the description box as well. She's the co-creator of this project pan and she's such a treat to watch. So I will have all of the information down in the description box. Speaking of which, I have to admit to an error that I've made over the rest of the videos in this series. I do honestly want to apologize for that. I can't even believe that I did this. So this project will wrap up on the 23rd of January. It's a 4-month project pan. It always has been the case that it's a 4-month project pan. And for some reason, I wrote in the description box of my first video in this series that this project wrapped up on February 23rd, which would mean that it's 5 months long. And I've just copied and pasted that into my description box for the past few updates. So if any of you are interested in doing that project, or doing this project rather, until the 23rd of February, feel free, or if you're planning on doing it until the 23rd of February because you read that in my description box, feel free to do so. I am going to be wrapping it up on the 23rd of January personally because I'm just ready to kind of reset. I'm having so much fun with this project, but I'm ready to reset in the new year. So I'm happy that this is going to be wrapping up in the early parts of the year. But yes, if you saw that and you're planning to do this as a 5-month long project, feel free, you do you. I admit to my error. I am so sorry for that. On a more positive note, I have made some really great progress on this project pan over the past month. I'm actually going to be sharing with you right off the hop 3 products that are rolling out of this project pan. I've hit my goal on 3 items. I am so stoked for that. And I don't want to contain my excitement for that. So I don't even want to like leave them for later on in the video because we all know that I just get super excited about sharing with you goals that I've hit, and I'm really excited to roll 3 new things into this project at the end of today's video. So let's just get on into all the progress that I've made over this past month, and please forgive me for my errors in the description box. Thank you so much. The first product category that I want to talk about is the one that I selected for the prompt, a discontinued product. So I have tons of those. Like I have a lot of products in my collection that are discontinued. So I selected a discontinued Lippie Stix from Colourpop. This is the shade She Bad, which is in the Matte X formula, which is like a little bit more of a dry formula as the name suggests, the formula suggests. So last update, this was actually completely flush with the packaging. So I depotted it into, funnily enough, a Colourpop Super Shock Shadow packaging. And my goal was to finish it off, and I have completely done so. I haven't like cleaned out the packaging here, but as you can see, there's nothing else that's usable in here. So I am thrilled about this. This is a product that is a lipstick, yes, but I have actually over the past few like makeup inventories, I've categorized it as a cream blush in my collection because this color just did not suit me as a lipstick, and I actually really enjoyed wearing this formula as a cheek product as well. So as you can see, I dug out every last possible bit of product from the bullet and I used it up in its absolute entirety. I'm so excited about this. This feels really good to have this done right before the end of the year. So I'll have it in my end of the year makeup empties. And one fewer cream blush in my makeup inventory, and it just feels good to be, just in general, not talking about like videos or numbers or anything, it just feels good to be working my way through some of these older products. I have had this in my collection for probably like 5 years, 4 or 5 years, something like that. So it feels really good to have it used up completely and to have figured out a way to use it, because I did not like this color on my lips, but I loved it as a cream blush over the past few years. So this is really exciting. This is a big moment kind of feeling for me. This feels like a really big accomplishment, and I really enjoyed every moment of reaching for it as well. So that in and of itself is a really big thing as well. I feel like panning should be fun. It always should be fun. And for me, this round of Roulette Pan collab has been so much fun. You'll see with all of the products that I'm going to talk about today, I've just really enjoyed reaching for them. Actually, speaking of which, the next product I want to share with you is from the category something along the lines of a product you're looking forward to reaching for often or frequently, something like that. I'll have it all on the screen because I can never remember these things. But I selected the Vesca Beauty lip oil in the shade Ginger Lily for this category. And I didn't have any sort of set goal on this lip gloss. However, I really just wanted to make sure I was reaching for it, enjoying it, you know, making some progress on it. And I gotta say, I made a lot of progress on it because I can no longer use this product. It's completely used up. So as you can see, I have scraped every last little bit of usable product out of here. Again, I'm thrilled that this is gonna be an empty for the end of the year. However, I'm also shocked by that because this was a new to me product at the beginning of this year. I got it in February. I did receive this in PR and I loved it so much that through this project, I ended up just flying through it. It became like habitual to reach for this lip product kind of in place of a lip balm when I was out and about or sitting at my desk. I wore it, you know, with a full face of makeup on top of lipsticks. I've been reaching for this just so much, and I actually finished this off just over a week ago, and I've been really missing it. However, I do have a lot of lip glosses in my collection, so it's not like I need to go out and immediately repurchase this. However, this formula was so comfortable, so nice, and this color was just a really great wearable shade that I felt like wasn't too full on impact, but really beautiful. So this is a little bit of a shock when I rolled it into this project. I did not anticipate this being the outcome, but I'm pretty happy about it. I'm really happy to have worked my way through this. I do think that lip gloss is like the easiest category for me personally to use up because you can reach for them multiple times a day. You can wear them in different settings and instances versus like other products, you just apply them once, and sometimes you don't want to apply them on an everyday basis either. But this, I reach for every single day, no matter what, multiple times a day. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm really happy to see it empty, but it does feel bittersweet to me for sure because it's no longer a part of my collection. The next product I want to share with you comes from the category a product that is brown, something that's brown. So it could be the packaging and it could have been the product. So I selected a product from my e.l.f. illuminating palette. I chose one of the shades that's like a bronzy kind of color for that category. There are 4 highlighters or illuminators in this palette. My goal was to hit pan on the bronzy shade because I love to wear it as a bronzer topper, and I already had a lot of great progress on it because I had this palette in my 30 by 30 project pan earlier this year. So I wanted to try to hit pan on the shade that I've just felt the most compelled by, and I have done so. So I'm really excited about that. I knew that I was very close in my last update, and I ended up hitting pan on it within a few days after posting that update. So it was so close. And as I had predicted, I was gonna hit pan kind of in this section because there was quite a bit of a dip. I have been able to expand the pan over the past few weeks because I've still been reaching for this even since I hit my goal. I still love this formula. I feel like this is just a really beautiful product to help diffuse and blend my cheek products all together. Blush, highlighter, bronzer. I just feel like this makes a really great topper, buffer kind of shade that just melds everything together, makes it look really seamless, glowy, diffused, and beautiful. I could just go on and on about how much I adore this product. And I am gonna keep reaching for it, even though I will be rolling it out of the project today, because I have technically hit that goal, and I'm excited to just work on something new for the remaining month of this project pan. But oh my goodness, I feel like this is a very successful update with just those 3 products, but I do have 3 additional items that I've not yet hit my goal on that I want to share with you today my progress on. So the next item I've had in the project since the very beginning, I selected this for the category, a product from a controversial brand. So I selected one of my few Too Faced products. It is the Too Faced Hangover X Replenishing Face Primer. I feel like I sometimes call it the Hangover Primer and sometimes I call it the Hangover X or Hangover RX, but I actually think it's just the Hangover Primer, but they just kind of have a fancy little like accent on the packaging. I think it's technically just called the Hangover Primer, but in any case, my goal with this was not to use it up or anything along those lines because it was virtually new in my collection. I believe I had used it maybe 3 times. Like it was pretty much new in my collection, although I've had it for several years. So I set myself a goal of reaching for this 25 times in this project, which is not an impossible feat by any means, over 4 months, and I felt like that was totally doable. In my last update, I had reached for it 15 times collectively, and today I have reached for it a total of 22 uses, so I reached for it 7 times over this past month. I only have 3 more uses in the remaining month of this project pan. That's not gonna be a problem. I may even surpass that number, but it's been really good to kind of bring this back into rotation, especially now that we're in winter time here in Canada, in Ontario. We are in the thick of it when it comes to winter, so this has been nice to offer a little bit more hydration to my skin. And it's been a really great mixer for me. So today I'm wearing it mixed with my NYX Born to Glow foundation. And I love the way that this mixes with many different foundation formulas because it just offers them to be a little bit more hydrating, a little bit more sheer, and a little bit more easy to blend and just give that more skin-like kind of finish. I have used up one of these in the past and I did use it oftentimes in that way. I distinctly remember mixing it with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation, which is more of a matte kind of formula. And when I mixed it with this, I would get compliments on my skin. Like people would be like, "What is on your skin?" And I'd be like, "You will never guess," but it is the Too Faced Hangover and the Fenty Pro Filter, which are 2 like polar opposite type of formulas. And I loved that mixture. I love this combination. I have mixed this with many foundations over the years and really enjoyed it. That's probably how I'm gonna get my remaining 3 uses out of this. But sometimes I wear it as a full-on face primer or even just as like a moisturizer after I do all my skincare, just for that boost of hydration. And then I'll use another primer on top of it after it kind of settles into the skin. But anyways, through these 22 uses in this project, I have been able to use about this much product. It does feel like it's very much empty at that top section, and I shone a light through it so I could see that I'm down to about this line, and that feels good. I'm happy to be making actual visible, notable progress on this, considering that it had been sitting in my collection basically unused for a couple years, so that is great. I will definitely hit my goal by the finale of this project, and that feels really great too. This next product was for the category, a product from a brand you no longer purchase from, and I chose one of my few Physicians Formula products from my collection because I no longer purchase from them. I haven't done so for a couple years now. I selected my Butter Bronzer, which is a formula and a product that I absolutely adore, and this is something that I had repurchased in the past, so I knew I loved it. I already had pan on it, and I just wanted to keep enjoying it because it is something I do want to work out of my collection in due time. So the Butter Bronzer I have is in the shade Bronzer. This is a really great shade for me. I find that this formula is very blendable, very easy to work with. I really do enjoy it. And I have significantly expanded the pan over the process of reaching for it in this project pan. From month to month, I don't feel like I see major progress, but I can see from the introduction of this project that I feel like I've made really great progress. I'm really happy with how much visible usage there is on this now, and I do foresee myself being able to actually use this up in the new year if I kind of dedicate more time in a different project pan to it. I am gonna keep working on it for the coming month and just see where I'm at by the finale. Hopefully I'll have made even more progress. I will for sure, because I love reaching for this product. It is the bronzer that I'm wearing today. It's the bronzer that I'm wearing pretty much all the time as of late. I just really have been enjoying reaching for it. And then the final item I have here is one that I rolled in my last update. And in my last update, I selected the prompt, a neon or colorful product. So for that, I was kind of thinking, of course, you need to go for an eyeshadow, but I was working on my panless eyeshadows and I didn't want to bring anything else into the mix. So I opted for this e.l.f. and J. Kissa Suki to My Heart eyeshadow topper duo. And I chose this shade right here, which is called I'm Pupset, which is a beautiful like chartreuse, glittery kind of eyeshadow topper. And I have set myself a goal to reach for it 10 times in this project pan, because there's no way in heck that I'm gonna like use it up in a couple months time. It's just not possible for me, but I just need to check on my phone. I keep my usage tallies in a note on my phone, and I've reached for it 4 times since I introduced it. So I'm not quite halfway to my goal, but I should be able to reach for it 6 more times by the finale, especially as we're in the holiday season. I think this shade is really beautiful. This glitter is very gorgeous, and I'm no longer focusing on my panless eyeshadows for the next couple weeks, so I can really prioritize this. I should have worn it today. And so because I did reach my goal on 3 products, we will be rolling 3 new items into this project pan for the remaining month. I'm not gonna set myself any sort of steep goals because there's only 4 weeks remaining. However, I might set myself some usage goals, or I don't know, just an opportunity to play with something and make more progress on it. So we will see, we'll see. I'm gonna randomize 3 new categories from the spreadsheet of 100 categories, which will be linked down in the description box. And I have written down the 7 categories that I've already had in this project pan, so I'm gonna avoid those 7 numbers. But the first one is going to be number 40. I have not yet had that number. So number 40. Next is number 44, which is not one that I've had either. Next is number 65. I have had 65, so I'm just going to skip that and pick another 3rd number. So the final one will be number 55, and I've not had that number. So it's 40, 45, and 55, I think. 40, 44, and 55. If you have the Pretty Random app, which is the one that I use, you can actually just see your history. I feel like I get this question, so I figured I'll just clarify that. But in this little hamburger menu, you can see the numbers that you rolled, so you don't have to write things down. I do have some of my numbers from a previous project. I forgot to clear the history, but 40, 44, and 55. So I am going to go rummage through my collection and find some products I want to work on for the next month, and I'll be right back to share with you those prompts and those products. So I actually didn't need that long with my collection to choose the products, because the prompts were really easy. Like, they're not like super difficult, challenging kind of prompts. And I'm not working on any other focus products in other project pans right now. This is the only project that I'm working on. So I didn't really have to like avoid a lot of category overlaps. The first item was for the category number 40. And it's funny that they actually ended up being like sequential, like 40, 44, and then 55. Usually I talk about them in that order just for my own sake, but it's pretty funny that they ended up just being rolled in that way regardless, and so not important. But anyways, so number 40 was the category something you always have in your purse. Personally for me, I don't often carry around like a powder or eyeshadow or brow products or even cheek products. I mean, sometimes if I'm gonna need to touch up, but I don't really leave the house. I work from home. So whenever I'm out and about, I really just need like a lip balm or a lip gloss. And because I just finished up that Vesca one, I decided that I wanted to roll in another lip oil type of product. So I have elected to choose this Merit tinted lip oil in the shade Marrakesh. This is a beautiful like muted coral kind of shade. It's really pretty. It's not my absolute favorite formula. However, since I did finish the Vesca one recently, I have found myself gravitating towards this because this lip oil is extremely comfortable. It's very thin and it feels really nice like under a mask. It doesn't feel like my mask is like sticking to a lip gloss. Like right now I'm wearing this Revolution Pout Balm. And if I put a mask on top of this, I would feel like it's like stuck to my lips. Like, ugh, it would be so gross. But this is a lip oil that just kind of fades off really easily and naturally, and it doesn't ever feel like heavy or sticky. And I can honestly wear it kind of as like a lip balm type of product throughout the workday, and I have been doing that recently. I really think this color is just so pretty and effortless and easy, and this formula is very comfortable. So I don't want to set myself a goal of like any number of uses because I just don't really feel like tracking something like this at the moment. But yeah, I'll just report back kind of my experiences with it, how I was feeling, and maybe give you a little bit more of a thorough review after reaching for it the next month. And hopefully we'll see some visible progress on it, but I'm not going to concern myself over that too much at all. And then the next category I selected was number 44, and that category is something that twists up. So that could be any number of things. It could be a lip balm, it could be a lipstick, it could be a cream cheek product, and that's what I decided to choose. I chose this Alma Beauty Double Take. This is a Sculpt and Strobe Duo Stick. Mine is in the shade Fair Lady. And I've decided that for this, what I want to do is just work on both of these. So what I want to do is reach for this product a total of 15 times, whether it be the golden shade or the golden highlighter shade, or it ends up being the bronzer shade. I have no preference. I'm not going to track them each independently, but as a unit, I want to reach for it 15 times over the next month. I'm not even going to like measure out how much product is in here because that 15 uses is not going to make any sort of notable or visible progress on it. However, I know that I'll be able to reach for this a lot. I'm going to really enjoy reaching for this. I don't have any sort of focus highlighters as this is the only project that I'm working on, and I really do love these products. This is a kind of really opaque swatch of each of them, and I can use this bronzer in tandem with the Physicians Formula one. I can't seem to blend that out very elegantly with the lip gloss product there beside it, but it is honestly such a stunning product. I use this as a cream bronzer, not as a cream contour, even though it's technically labeled as a Sculpt product. But I use it as a bronzer because it pulls extremely like warm on me personally. And the highlighter is so beautiful. It's very subtle, but it does have that little bit of impact. And I'm really excited to reach for this 15 times over the coming month. That's not going to be an issue whatsoever. I just worry that if I set myself too high of a goal, that I may not be able to attain it because I'm not really sure what my makeup usage is going to look like over the holiday season. I may want to take a couple days off of wearing makeup. So 15 uses, looking forward to it. And the final product that I'm going to be focusing on comes from the category number 55, and that prompt is a skincare product, which I thought was really great. It offers a really great balance in this project pan, and it just gives me an opportunity to really dedicate some time to a skincare item that I have been neglecting. And so I selected this one right here that I already have really great progress on, but I'd like to work harder on it and actually get it used up in some reasonable period of time, because I've already had it in my collection for about, I'd say, a year and a half. This is the Kapari Starry Eye Balm. This is a really beautiful, very rich, hydrating formula for under the eyes. It's not necessarily to use in place of an eye cream, but I personally like to use it almost on top of an eye cream to like lock it in. You know how you would use a serum, a moisturizer, and then you would lock everything in with an oil on your face? Well, I kind of do the same sort of thing with my eyes. So I put an eye cream on and then I'll put this on top, generally at nighttime, because this does have a little bit of slip to it, but I have used it underneath of some more drying concealer formulas and found that it offers a really great way to kind of make them a little bit more malleable and prevent them from falling into my fine lines as easily. I mean, everything seems to fall into my lines, but this time of year, especially now that we are in such a cold, dry season, I do need a little bit of help under my eyes. I'm also 30 years old now, so, you know, I just generally need more help underneath my eyes. So I will be reaching for this over the coming month. I'm just gonna take an intro shot, show you what it's looking like. It looks kind of rough, like it's not cute looking in the pan, but I'm gonna take a shot of what it looks like and then just kind of compare it at the finale and share with you how much I was able to actually reach for it, how much progress I was able to make on it. This is a product that, in addition to using it on my eyes, a lot of the time at the end of the day, I do like to use this like on my cuticles or like on my like knuckles where I have the most dryness on my hands. And I will probably be using it that way also, just because that's how I've used it as long as I've had it in my collection. And I'm really looking forward to reaching for this as more of a dedicated focus product. So that is everything. I'm really excited with the progress that I made over the past month, and I'm really looking forward to the progress that I will make in the coming month before the finale of this project pan. Let me know down in the comment section if you're working on this project and how things are going for you, how you think things will wrap up for you. And yeah, that is absolutely everything. Please check out the playlist. Please check out my friend Alexi and all the other information that'll be linked down in the description box. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me. It means so much more to me than I think you'll ever know. But yeah, that's everything. Bye everyone.